So the 2024 campaign started within days after the eclipse on November 15th at 9:14 p.m. in Palm Beach, when Trump announced he's running for president. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this chart. We have plenty of time to get into this chart. I just wanted to note here, look at this, right? This Sun, Uranus, Saturn T-square alignment, right? Actually, you could say it's a very tight T-square, and if you throw in the moon, it's a grand square, right? On top of the fact that you have a very close, I would consider this still a close Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. If you look in the sky, by the way, you'll see Neptune is just right under Jupiter. Jupiter is really bright, and Neptune is so close, it's right under it. And so these are the big themes. I mean, this is a very powerful chart. This means Trump means business. Some people say he's fading away, he's going away, William. You don't know. No, I do know. He's not fading away. Now, does that mean he wins a nomination? Right? Does that mean he goes on to be president? No, but this chart is a very, very powerful chart. And so Trumpzilla, so real powers are going to be revealed. He's not going to fade out. He's got a lot of money. He's got so much more money than anybody, right? And he's got his coffers. He's been raising money. He's implemented his campaign team. He's put, basically he's building. Before, when he first ran, he didn't have a base at all. He just went out there, rented out stadiums, and he had no field operation or anything like that. This time he's planning that. He's going to have a 2-year advantage over everyone. So there's a lot of fireworks that are about to happen, folks. Get ready for it. And looking at this chart, looking at the moment of the chart using the astrocartography, what's ground zero? You bet. It's Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin. Trump must win Wisconsin. He must win Arizona and Wisconsin. I'm going to explain that in a minute. But the big fight, right, the one state to look at is Wisconsin. And here's why. You run a 2024 presidential election battleground state map, right? All right. So there's consensus among every political pundit, know-it-all, right, that these are the states, right, that are too close to call in any type of political simulation based on the recent results of the past 2-3 elections. If you look at all the results of all the state elections, governor elections, Senate elections, presidential elections, all of that, these are going to be the states to watch for, right? Everything else is pretty locked up. We know how it's going to turn out. So that gives Democrats a significant advantage over the Republicans, no matter what. And when you run a simulation that conducted over from the 2020 and all different presidential elections, right? And you run 25,000 simulation scenarios, right? This is what the outcome is. So in other words, the outcome, right, other than Wisconsin, based on 25,000 computer simulations and compiling the results, gave this outcome. So this is based on a data-driven presidential model created by the JHK forecast. And it takes into consideration election forecasts of one or more longtime qualitative forecasters. So it's a very comprehensive model. Now, what's interesting is that it comes up with this. It can't determine who the winner is. Interesting, if you look at the astrology of Wisconsin, right, for May 29th, 1848, 11:30 a.m. in Madison, what do we know? We know a second Saturn, well, not what, it's not a second Saturn return. We're noting that the Saturn return, a Saturn-Neptune return, Saturn conjunct Neptune on the natal Saturn is occurring at the same time. Uranus will be on the natal Venus of Wisconsin, and Jupiter will be on the Mercury. These are big, big hits. And I'm not even looking at the eclipses that are going to be hitting the Wisconsin chart. Look what's happening in Wisconsin's black box. Whoa, right? Look at that. But there's no recession. Everything's fine. Don't worry, right? Wisconsin's re-elected governor, he's got it all down, folks, right? You don't have to worry. If you live in Wisconsin, you don't have to worry, right? Well, I would worry because look, right? This all is happening while that Saturn return is happening. And people who go through a Saturn return have a crisis. Second Saturn return people, medical crisis, failed marriage crisis, failed retirement crisis, right? For those in their 29 years old, they usually get divorced from their sweetheart. They met in college, right? I've seen it all, right? I've heard it all. You go into a crisis going into a Saturn return. Wisconsin's going into a crisis. It will be hit hard with the Biden recession that they will deny. It's actually going to be more like a depression, but they will deny it. And you know it. They will deny it, right? It's going to be worse than 2008. And for those of you, my Regulus group, you will see in detail why. And if you haven't made change to your portfolios, you're going to get wiped. So Wisconsin 2022 midterm election, governor race, we see re-election of Tony Evers, the Democrat, right? And here, according to Princeton University's gerrymandering project, Wisconsin is indeed home to some of the most extreme partisan gerrymandering in the United States, right? How did this guy win re-election? Gerrymandering, all right? And gerrymandering is ruled by Neptune, and it's a form of cheating. All right. I actually talked about it. I posted, if you look in the group, in the community, I posted about gerrymandering. Just put gerrymandering, you'll see what it's about. And Wisconsin does it better than California.
To watch the full presentation and more like this on geopolitics, the economy, and world events from an archetypal and mundane astrological perspective, join the Global Transformation Astrology membership. Go to gta.williamstickevers.com. Become a GTA member today.